Hello, ladies, blokes, and non-binary folks. It's Ant here, and today we're here for a video, I guess. It has been 1 week exactly since I paid £14.95 for a double JD and Coke, but another monumental event happened that day, and that was TF Nation 2024, which I went to. I don't have a program to show you because I forgot to pick one up, but it was a really good TFN this year. Busier, I think, than last year. It felt really busy. But I thought what we'd do today is do a little video just to tell you about what I thought of the event. Going to go through some pickups. Going to say what happened those days. And then that'll be the end of the video, I guess. It was just what happened and toys. That's how these things go. So, first up, it was a really good weekend, rather. It felt like a week. I've been tired. But yeah, I got there on Friday mid-afternoon. I never get there too early. I should try getting there earlier, but I don't trust myself to wake up early enough to travel up there. But it was a good thing. I went up there, travelled by train through London and all that jazz. Got there about 3 o'clock-ish, just in time to catch the end of a couple of chats and then see the Triple Takeover do their big old live show on the main stage. Good fun this year. They were basically picking sort of like the best and weirdest different things from different categories. It was good times. First debut appearance of Jason Wagner, J Swags to his friends, or J Swags if you're nasty. He did good. It was just a really fun, enjoyable show. That's what I always get there for. I stuck around for a couple more panels and stuff like that through the evening. But mostly went to the bar, went and got food, got myself all hyped up for the main event, which was the Saturday show. It was a good time though. Bumped into a bunch of people from Twitter, bumped into Nate Phoenix and had a chat with him, and Stuart Webb, who knows he's probably Inflatable Dalek on Blue Sky and Twitter. Plastic Crack, he was there. I saw a couple of other guys going around. I didn't get around to talking to any of the the well-known guys. Didn't talk to Six or anything this year, but I just mostly hung out with Jay, and who's J Space 10 on Blue Sky and Twitter. And his buddies, they were just messing around with figures and stuff. I was hanging out with some guys at the bar Friday night and got a whole bunch of hat picks taken, which was pretty cool. One of the guys there had a 6 night, so I got a pic of 6 night. That's already got up on Twitter, so have a look at that. It's that's a rare figure. It's something I never thought I'd be able to get a hat pick for, but I did, so that was good. But yeah, we also got a whole bunch of others. There was one of the guys had I think it was Sam Highland. His name's come up before. I'm pretty sure he sent, because I went and watched a review of one of the figures I brought that Few did, and it was him who sent Few the figure. So, but yeah, I got a hat pick of the Megatron that was going to be in Beast Machines. That was turned into a head, and you could put him on Fort Max. He had that. That was quite fun. That his legs skitter along and stuff. Friday night was good fun. Saturday, through the day, the hall was very busy. I was getting a bit stressed out in the morning because of how busy it was, but there was a panel an hour or so after I got in that I wanted to see, which was about the old catalogues. I've taken some little B-roll footage of that, but it was going through the catalogues from 1984, 1985. This American guy, I think he's American, or is he Canadian? Don't want to get that mixed up. They get angry about that. But he was going through the catalogues and showing all the sort of different toys that were being promoted, and there's a couple really bad mistranslate transformations of Optimus Prime. One where he's just basically leaning backwards with his arms up in the air, and his hood is lifted up that's his face. Beautiful figure, beautiful mistransformation there. I'm stuttering over my words a little bit because I'm tired still. But yeah, that was the Saturday itself. After that lunchtime break, the hall sort of evened out a little bit. People were going to go watch some of the chats. There was a good chat. I caught Simon Furman and James Roberts having a little comic book chat about the history. Nick Roach was meant to be there, but he was running late. And then I'm sitting there, and just as James Roberts, about halfway through the show, 2/3 way through, you can watch it on YouTube. But just as James Roberts is sort of saying, they didn't give any any thought to the sensibilities of children when they were writing these comics, and he said, no, if Nick was here, he would agree with that. Just as he says that, Cult of Personality starts playing, CM Punk's entrance music, and Nick Roach made a wrestler entrance to the talk and interrupted, bringing a lot of high energy to the chat. That's what Nick's like. I met him on Saturday. There's all sorts of stuff went on. It was a good It was a good day that Saturday. Lots of cosplayers around. There's Ink Fulu on Twitter, who last year was the drag Starscream, who took up way too much time on the stage. And during ClubCon in the evening, they did the show, and they were dressed up as Megatron this year. And they aced it. They won. It was pretty crazy. There was a guy there in his massive Thunderhoof costume. There was a guy in this Armada Megatron costume who I think was screwed out of a podium place a little bit. He should have. I mean, to be fair, they were all pretty. There's some really good cosplays this year. But the guy dressed up as Armada Megatron, that costume could not have been easy to go around in. Didn't catch as many panels as usual. I did stay for the whole of ClubCon. I watched the More Than Meets the Eye episode that was like an extended cut with different audio brought in. There was a little bit before that where they had some of the Mapes Brothers tapes, the audio recordings, and they had like auditions for Wheelie from a bunch of different voice actors who all sound deranged. I'm glad it was Frank Welker, I think, did the voice in the film. I try not to give Wheelie too much thought in general. That was lovely. That was a great thing to watch. The show in general, though, the actual dealer hall, that's where all the fun happens. Like I said, it was very busy this year. For the first, until about 2 o'clock, I had only bought 2 things for that day. I did all my buying in the last 2 hours because the hall's only open till 4 o'clock. I do wish they'd open it a bit later, but I understand why they don't, because it gives the people working in their time to restock for the next day, and then they can go see ClubCon in the evening. As an event this year, very busy, very hectic. Did take some time to talk to Gav Spence at his table. Went to see Nick Roach and got something from him. We'll show you that in a second. And, they're probably the only people I spoke to, other than the Toy Fu guys. I was at the Toy Fu table a lot. And, just bothering the guy at Space Bridge with asking if he's got things that he hasn't got at all. Should we go through some pickups? I'll go through the ones that I've got that aren't robots first, shall we? I have a folder. First pickup though, this T-shirt from Zombie Workshop, Lucan tees. It's really good. It's an Evil Dead Transformers mashup. It says "Hail to the Prime, baby." I wore this at work the other day, and someone recognised it as a Evil Dead thing before they recognised it as a Transformers thing. So good stuff. Lucan also gave me a little key ring. It's a little, I won't show the other side because it's got a QR code that'll probably set off something on my camera. But it's a little warpath. Can it focus? The autofocus on my camera does not agree with this, but it's warpath. It's a little warpath. That's quite neat. Also picked up my Thunderclash Tales from the Multiverse comic from TM UK table. I haven't had a chance to read this yet. I've been so, this past week, ever since I got back, I've been working non-stop every day. Today was going to be my day off to read these. It's not happened. But yeah, I got this. It's thicker than last year. It's got a spine. It's got a proper spine on it and everything. Worth supporting. I pre-ordered this through their Ko-fi account. But I'll have a look at that. It's got a lot of good artists in there. A lot of people who, varied people who worked on it. Let's say some of the names. Hold on, try not to drop stuff. Jeez. Let's see who's involved in this one this year. We got like Jim Stafford, Joseph England, Gav Spence did a whole comic on his own. 4 pages. The Machine. Newt Phoenix, that's Nate, isn't it? Is it Nate? Is it Newt? Nate? Yeah, I think that's Nate. Winston Chan, Joseph England, more Joseph England, Matthew Palacios. I've ruined that. Ben Peary, we'll get to Ben Peary again in a second. Andrew Turnbull, James Marsh did a comic in here. Q Prime, that's I know him on Twitter. Dwayne Maloney, Rino Varka, I don't know who that is, but I'm going to see the comic and we'll see what I think then when I see it, yeah. There's Ian Collistar and Lee Licorice. God, I could go for some licorice. There's some photography by Sixo in here and cover art by David Cousins. I should have gone over and chatted to him, actually. He's a good chat. He says stuff to me on Twitter every now and again. There's a good comic, look, it's got Landfill in it. You probably can't see that, but Landfill's there. He's one of the double target masters that I'm trying to collect up. Yeah, just lots of comic book goodness. Just all sorts. Where's the toy photography? There's some Sixo photography. Yeah, but this is the first time I've looked at any of this, really. I've barely had a chance to look at anything since I got back. But yeah, I'll have a proper read of that in the next few days. But what else did I get that's not Transformers? Well, from the TM UK table, I got this Hot Rod art by Ben Peary, which will go with my my Last Spot Standing one that Gav Spence did. I got that last year, so I intend to put that with that. I need to get these framed. I don't have anywhere to put photo frames, that's the problem. Collecting up all this nice art. One day I'll do a commission. I'll get someone to commission something. I'll get them to do a Wild World for me. There's a whole bunch of things in it. I haven't put the lanyards on Devastator yet. Oh my god. I also got Scarenthood, which is Nick Roche and Chris O'Halloran's comic book. It's like a ghosty thing, no robots in it. And, you know, Nick scribbled all over the inside a little bit. He's... I don't know if that'll stay in focus. I'll move forward. Maybe it'll keep it focused. Yeah, that's alright. But from Nick, he's a chatty bloke. I didn't want to take up too much of his time because there was a massive, like, just tons of people queuing up. And loads of people queuing up for James Roberts, and that was causing a massive queue. So Nick's queue was like being enveloped by his queue, and people were taking quite a long time chatting to him and stuff, which is fine and everything, but I didn't want to make anyone else wait longer, so I was pretty quick. But he knows Wild Will's Hat, the Twitter account, and so he was like telling me that apparently I do very important scientific work on there. This is now approved by someone who has written science fiction, so he knows all about science. I need to read this because everyone's raved about it. Everyone says it's pretty dang good, so I'm going to give it a read, and you know, it'll probably be good, I guess. What I need to get is I need to get a physical copy of Last Spot Standing as well, because that comic's great. Is there anything else in here? The wristbands for the day. Sorry, Steve. They're getting a bit tatty. But I need to go on to Devastator. He's starting to look a hell of a lot like an old Russian mother over here, his old Devastator. He's got a scarf on. It's got a scarf on. That's almost it for non-Transformers things. There's one more non-Transformer thing I bought, but it's also a figure, so it's a nice bridge in the gap to the toys. And that is, I'll show you, hang on, I brought myself my first Kamen Rider Figurize model kit. I got myself Kamen Rider Geo, because chuff the haters, I actually quite like this show. It's good fun, and I love the design of Geo. He's got his gun there. I put his gun in his hand there. I built a few Gundams over the years, and like I've always enjoyed building them, but not like what follows immediately, which is inevitably that they fall over somewhere and then break, or parts of them just don't sit in place properly. Like one of them I've got over there, his hand for gripping his sword just falls apart, and I've tried putting other hands on there and they just broke. It's just, yeah, but this feels a lot more sturdy. He's got some good plastic on him. It's nice and solid quality. Good solid build that. You can also make his belt do a that, because it does a rotation in the show. That's how they transform. This is good. I've heard people say that the stickers on these things can be a bit of a nightmare, but I had no troubles with this one's stickers. I've heard Kamen Rider Build is the one where the stickers are an absolute pain in the butthole to do. I want to get more of these now. I might get a Gates to go with him. I would really like a 01. I'd love a 01 Figurize kit, because 01 is probably my favourite Kamen Rider design overall. But this one's lovely. I'm a sucker for purples and pinks and stuff on Kamen Riders. Right, picks. Let's go through the picks I got. First up, I got Transformers Cybertron Repugnus. The second Repugnus. The other one's up there. I've got the little tiny Titan Master one. I think this is a Cybertron one. I don't think it's the Universary issue. The Universary issue apparently has some sort of tampograph on him to say what class he is, and I can't see that on here anyway, so I assume he is. He's got a thing where you put a Cyberplanet key in, and boom, out comes a little blade. You got to pull it back out again a little bit though to make the blade plot back in. I did sit and transform this in the hotel room, and then I looked up on TF Wiki to find out which one it was, and then read the sentence that goes, his head/arms are made of gold plastic and very prone to breakages, so you've got to be careful, not like, you know, popping this apart and stuff, and making sure you don't just be too hashy-bashy or anything like that, because it could be really fragile. I'm not fussed, it'll be fine. Like, you guys panic too much about gold plastic. His little mouth opens. Yeah, it's split in two. It's good. There's a tongue in there and everything. Really good. I like it when you get beast formers where body parts split in half. Because it reminds me of that Tool music video for Parabola. The Beast Machine's Black Arachnia does the same thing. But it's a fun little figure. He's good. He's not going to be one I'm going to mess around with too much, because, like I said, gold plastic, you got to be a bit careful with them. But I am not scared of gold plastic. Gold plastic is scared of me. Next up, let's do my animated pickup for this year. I got a deluxe Ratchet, the Takara version, no less. This was 15 quid on the Toy Food table, and I saw it a bunch of times, and I couldn't figure out why it was so cheap and why no one was picking it up. It doesn't have his weapons, like he has a bunch of extra weapons, but I'm not fussed about that. They don't go anywhere when in vehicle mode. They're not needed for vehicle mode, and he's complete here. You know, that's plenty. He's a good figure. The shoulders worry me a lot. This one especially. It's extremely stiff opening it up. It gets me worried slightly when I'm trying to transform him, so I'm probably just going to leave him in robot mode and have him stood next to the bulkhead I got a couple of years ago at TFN. He does have these little, like, blade things. You probably didn't see that. Hold on. Whoop, there you go. Little blade things that come out from... that you can hold on to. That's kind of neat. I dig that. He's got that Derek Wyatt bow leg thing going on. But it's fun. His transformation's nice and simple. It's really elegant how it all compacts up and still successfully manages to look like an animated character who have, like, you know, they have weird proportions, but they still manage to pull off these toys. That's good stuff. I need more animated figures in my life. That's what I need. I did say in the previous video that I was aiming for an animated Hot Rod. They were nowhere to be seen. Nowhere at all. Not a chance. But what I did get, because did say I was going to get a Hot Rod this year, is the Takara Henkei Classics Hot Rod. I already have the regular, like, this is Rodimus, isn't it? I already have the regular Hot Rod of this mould, so this is, like, no surprise, but it's complete. It was 25 quid. It's got lovely gold chrome on there. Let's get a bit of gold chrome. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Good stuff. I haven't got the hang of the autofocus. You bring this guy in. There you go. Look, he's sort of focusing. Sort of. It's not. I don't know how to get the autofocus. I should use manual focus, shouldn't I? Apparently, I can control this camera with my phone, so I could just sit here and, whatever. But this is a solid figure. I like this figure. He's not, like, by modern standards, he feels a bit jank and stuff, but it's a beautiful thing. When you put it in vehicle mode, it's got loads of gold paint on the sides of it, on the doors. It's also, apparently, this is the later variant that has gold headlamps on the car. Don't know if you can see that. They're orange on the original version. But he's beautiful. He's a bit creaky, but so am I. I love to pick up a bot that's a bit out of left field, something I wasn't even thinking of looking for. I just look at it and go, oh, that's one of them. They're jank. I'll have that. So I got the, is it Dark of the Moon or the 2007? It's a 2007 film, isn't it? Swindle, based on a design from the game. He's fun. He's janky as hell. He reminds me a bit of the Universe Ironhide. Is it Universe Ironhide? The one everyone hates that I think is perfectly fine. But he does this. Hold on, he does a thing. Ooh. Lad, put it away. But he's alright. He feels a bit cheap. Like, there's something about the plastic that feels like, you know, those knockoff Transformers you get in TK Maxx. Feels a bit like that. But as a figure, perfectly fine. I do like that his head's clearly on a wiggly waggly. It can't go anywhere. There's no way he can move that head. And it's light piped, technically. There ain't no light getting through there. No, he's a fun, janky figure. He's fine. I had to get him. I'm pretty sure this was in one of Hugh's videos where he was reviewing a bunch of Bayverse robots. And I'm sure, I think I remember seeing it in that video and going, I need to get that at some point. This is a good figure. He's got a little flap. A little flap that flaps around. Transformation's really interesting as well. It does some like clever little... it's just a simple carbot transformation, but things swoop around where you don't expect them to. So it's good stuff. But I need more movie bots, I think. I want more mainline movie bots. Because the Studio Series ones are great and all, but it's the janky ones that I find more interesting. And I've got 2 more bots. Like I say, didn't get as many this year as I usually do. But the last 2 are part of the, collecting goals thing. So I got Double Target Master Scoop. He looks like that. He's a fun little figure. His transformation's interesting because you'd think it would be like, Twisty, put that up there. You can see the other one. The other one's Spinster. I might as well just get that way. Spinster is the other one I got. In really good condition. First figure I picked up of the show. Got it from the Space Bridge. But Scoop, he's good. He's fun. He's simple. His transformation's kind of unique. Like, the body doesn't end up the way you expect it to. There's like this whole mechanism where the legs swoop back and he actually ends up that way around. It's got both his figures. He's lovely. He's a fun little figure, but Spinister. Spinister is the main event that I got, though. This is the guy I was really hoping to get hold of, Spinister and Needlenose. Apparently I missed the Needlenose by minutes. Someone grabbed him before I did, and I couldn't find a single other one at the convention that was like in anywhere near decent condition or complete. I'm not hunting for the Target Masters. It's hassle, I think. Especially when some people are charging 30, 40 quid for one Target Master because they know people are after them. If you happen to have a Needlenose, talk to me on Twitter or Blue Sky, and you want to sell it, I'm after that G1 Needlenose, especially if he's not yellow. But Spinister's fantastic. He's got an interesting transformation to him. Like, it goes in ways I didn't expect. Like, not many G1 figures have the whole sort of waist rotation. I can't rotate because it's all locked in place, but does the whole spin the waist around 180, which not many G1 figures do that. It's actually kind of rare. He's got his mono leg, classic 80s toy. There's the Generations figure they did a couple of years ago, and I didn't like how they gave him two cockpits instead of just making that be a flat cut through the middle for the cockpit on the window. They could have just done that. I don't know why they made him have two separate cockpit sections. It was weird. It's probably a saving on mould parts, something. But he's good. His arms move. They do move. I've heard rumours that people think they don't move, but they do. He's got. He can bend his elbows down as well. They don't bend forward though. That's a shame. I say elbows. That's like the middle of his forearm. But he's lovely. I like how the rotor blades fold up into a V on the back. That's kind of neat. And he's got head rotation. Like for a G1 figure, this is pretty friggin' articulated for a G1 lad, isn't he? He's got waist swivel, he's got shoulders, he's got, one knee bend across both feet. But no, this was like probably the best pickup for me of the show. This was the one I was really like, I was hoping to get hold of some more double Target Masters. I've just got Landfill and Needlenose to go now, and then I'll have all the double Target Masters, and I can try and concentrate on getting that Diaclone figure I said I was going to get this year. That's all my pickups. How was TF Nation in the whole? Not as long a video this time, I don't think. I don't know, last time I went for about 35 minutes, didn't it? But that was TF Nation this year, 2024. Can't wait till next year. I was thinking about going to the Reading one because it's around the corner. It's like a little mini con they're doing, which is just, I think it's just sales and stuff for that one. But yeah, it's 45 quid to get in, and then I've got to get the train there, and it's 2-3 months away. I don't know if I'll have the time to save up the money and everything for it. But maybe. I'll consider a Reading one sometime. It's just a bit too close to this year's con to go. But it was a really good convention though this year. I enjoyed it. I'll be back next year, like always. I always regret not going on a Sunday, not getting the ticket for a Sunday, so I might consider the Sunday ticket, and then Devastator here can have even more lanyards around his neck, wristbands around his neck. Maybe by next year we'll have the Studio Series 86 Devastator. Won't that be fun? I did try and get, because I mentioned in the other video that was after Thundercracker, the little core class Thundercracker. I only found one table selling it. Sit down. And they wanted 25 quid for them. And I'm not paying 25 quid for a core class figure that only came out a few months ago. That's probably a year ago now, wasn't it? It's too, why can't I get hold of it? Just put Thundercracker back out again, yeah? It's silly. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do a like, comment, and subscribe. I've got to take some more hat pick photos because I forgot to take the hat picks for the Target Masters. Follow me on Blue Sky and Twitter at Wild Wheels Hat, and I will see you next time when I do a review. I'll do a review. Should I do a review? I'm kind of tempted. Tempted to do a review of our lad Stepper. Shall I do a review of Stepper? Look at the gun on that. It's beautiful. I'll catch you later. Bye.